Greetings folks, and I hope you're all happy and healthy out there, and welcome back to the channel for another round of pain, stress and anxiety. Yep, it's Don't Make Me Choose time, where I take two comparable action figures, statues or similar collectibles, and proceed to torture myself for your amusement by picking which one stays and which one goes. Yeah, one has to hit the highway forever, unfortunately. But before we dive into the first bout of the evening, I'd like to say a massive thank you, as always, to everyone who supported the channel, and please drop a like on this video to help other people find the channel as well. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon. Also, a massive shout out to Dean Knight for coming up with this anxiety-inducing idea, and a disclaimer as well. Go Figure is in no way responsible for any trauma you experience if you try this at home. So, without further ado, let's get to the tail of the tape on the first bout of the evening. Okay folks, our first bout of the evening is a historic heavyweight clash between Hot Toys' take on Gerard Butler as King Leonidas from the Zack Snyder directed 300 movie. The hero of Sparta who commanded 300 of his men in an epic battle at Thermopylae against the Persian army headed up by Xerxes. Considered to be a grail piece, does it still hold up today? We will find out. That's in the red corner, but in the blue corner we have the challenger, and this is the HH Model and How You Toys, and if I'm butchering that name, please forgive me, take on Achilles, as played by Brad Pitt in Troy, the hero of the Trojan Wars. So it's Greek against Spartan in a heavyweight clash. Just fair to mention at this point as well, all the figures you'll see in this evening's bouts have been reviewed on the channel, so if you're wanting to find out more about them, you want an up-close look at them, yeah, check out the channel for the reviews. So we will start with the Hot Toys take on King Leonidas. He is actually on a base that doesn't come with this Hot Toys figure. I put him on the Thanos Endgame Battle Damaged base simply because this base that comes with the Achilles figure is so huge. He would be dwarfed by comparison next to the Brad Pitt figure. But we'll kick off with King Leonidas. Has it stood the test of time? Seamless bodies, and I think it was one of the first seamless bodies that Hot Toys ever did. I do love this figure. Please don't make me choose. I really don't want to choose, but I still love it today. I still think it's a grail piece. It's absolutely phenomenal. Swap out head sculpts. That seamless body is great, although you can't really do an awful lot with it. It's vanilla pose all the way, or it's going to split on you. But I think just it was way ahead of its time, and I still think it's a fantastic piece, and I absolutely love it. I really, really do. I think it's just it's very, very simple, but absolutely amazingly done. So yeah, that's the red corner. That's King Leonidas. Over to the blue corner. Let's start on this base. This base is absolutely epic. It's huge. It weighs a ton. It's enormous, but it's also really difficult to get the figure into any kind of decent pose on. There's a lot of good stuff going on with this figure. The all metal armor, the paint applications. Downsides, head sculpt. Yeah, it just isn't Brad Pitt. This is the better of the two. There's a rooted hair version, which really does not look like Brad Pitt at all. But yeah, and that body, it's a seamless body as with the 300 figure, but and it's really nicely done, but it's just completely out of proportion. But it displays really well. A saving grace there. I've sort of given myself an easy task here on this first one. I didn't want to traumatize myself too much in round one. So yeah, Don't Make Me Choose is going to be relatively easy on this one. I think everyone knows where this is going to go. It's got to be King Leonidas. It's got to be Gerard Butler. It's got to be the Hot Toys take. Might not be the most advanced figure, but damn, it's still a grail. It will be a hell of a lot harder to get hold of if I had to replace it. And I just love this piece. I think it's amazing. Even today, even all these years down the line, I think it's Hot Toys, shall we say, when they had perhaps a little more passion and a little more innovation. But yeah, so it's goodbye, Achilles. Unfortunately, you've got to go, my friend. You've got to fall foul of that heel and head off to meet the rest of the gods. Yeah, be a shame to see you go, but not, as I say, not a tough decision. A lot of good things going on in that figure, but yeah, bye-bye Achilles. Yeah, so the winner, by an absolute knockout there, is King Leonidas. So on to round 2. Okay, folks, it's time for bout 2 of the evening, and it's the Battle of the Spacemen. In the red corner, on the right-hand side, we have the executive replicas Dave Bowman from 2001, A Space Odyssey. And on the left-hand side, in the blue corner, we have Mr. Mark Watney, aka Matt Damon, from the Ridley Scott-directed movie The Martian, brought to us by Premier Toys. Now, yeah, there is a raft of years between these figures and a huge price difference. And you might think this is a foregone conclusion, especially regulars to the channel who know how long it took me to actually bag the Bowman and Poole figures to complete the 2001 display that I've got going on, but we'll take a look at both of them. Not as easy as it looks. The Bowman figure, executive replicas, screen accuracy, absolutely nailed on. Suits beautiful. They really did their work here. Executive replicas, they actually got access to the original suits so that they could model this suit. It stood the test of time incredibly well. That head sculpt shows its age. But you've got to remember when this thing was made. It is very old, and I still think, though, it is an absolutely amazing piece. And really, my 2001 display would not be complete without this, and it took me almost what felt like a lifetime to bag it. But yeah, just an amazing piece. That spacesuit itself is now quite delicate and needs to be treated with the respect that it's due. But yeah, still think an amazing piece. There's metal in there all over the place. The screen accuracy nailed on. I just love it. Over to The Martian by Premier Toys, and as I say, a huge time gap and a huge price gap. Now, I'm going to say from the get-go here, this figure is way better than it should be. Premier Toys aren't coming in at silly money. They are mid-range, but I think they did an amazing job here with this take on Matt Damon as the Martian. I mean, there's a light-up feature there that you can see in the helmet, although that helmet is slightly oversized, but that's down to getting it to fit over the head sculpts. You get 2 head sculpts, and the head sculpts with this figure are amazing. They really were punching above their weight, Premier Toys, when they made this. Overall, the outfit is screen accurate, looks really good. If a little bit hand drawn, if that makes sense in places, but overall they've got the screen accuracy right, they've got the proportions right, the suit's really well done. There's that amazing second head sculpt and the light up feature as well, and I love this. I think it's a cracking representation of Matt Damon in Ridley Scott's The Martian. Don't make me choose. They are poles apart, but they are both really amazing figures. You've got a gun to your head. Come on, you've got to make a decision. The clock is ticking. It's going to have to be. It's always going to be, isn't it? The executive replicas, simply down to the fact that finding this piece today without selling my firstborn for medical experiments would be damn near impossible. And I just think it is so iconic. And I've got it paired up with the Frank Poole figure and the custom Eva pod, which I had made specially to go with the pair. Yeah, I couldn't be without this. I could not be without that. I would be sat in a corner dribbling endlessly if I ever lost this piece. I'm sad to see you go, Mark Watney, because I think you are an amazing piece, and just a great example of what unlicensed figures can be when they're done with some TLC. But yeah, I think it's simply down to the movie is too iconic. This figure took too long to find, and I would have a nervous breakdown if I ever had to part with it. So yeah, the winner there on a points decision is the Dave Bowman from Executive Replicas from 2001: A Space Odyssey. Yeah, another relatively easy bout, slightly harder than the last one. I think it's about time we chucked in some anxiety, some pressure, and I traumatized myself for you. So it's on to bout 3 of the. Okay, ladies and gents, bout 3, the penultimate bout of the evening, and you know when you've set yourself up for something problematic, and I most certainly have here. Oh God, and this is going to be so difficult. In the red corner, let's start off with the HH model and How You Toys, their second appearance in this evening's clashes with their Conan the Barbarian figure. Very, very, very good piece indeed. Far better, in my opinion, than their take on Achilles. That we just looked at. This is far, far superior. Fully seamless body, absolutely on proportion, really, really nice outfit. Cracking base there as well. As with the Achilles one, really difficult to pose the figure on. Outfit's really, really nicely done. It's got some real weight to it. All metal accessories. This sword is fully metal. Screen accuracy's there. It really is it's a cracking piece. It really, really is. If I had any complaints, you've got that rooted hair as well, and that is really well done. It fits perfectly and falls really well. It takes a little bit of futzing so it doesn't get caught under that headband. If I had to level any criticism at this figure, it would be that head sculpt. Unfortunately, I think it's not actually the sculpt itself. I think it's the paint applications aren't really up to the price point. I think the sculpt is pretty much nailed on, but the paint applications could be better there. But that's the only thing I can really find with this wrong with this piece. I think the head sculpt needs perhaps a slightly better paint application. Not a cheap figure either by any stretch of the imagination, but a quality one. Sits perfectly in my Mr. Schwarzenegger collection. So that's the defending champion, Conan the Barbarian. So who's having a pop at Conan? Well, it's the Art Figures rendition of Boba Voss from the TV show See. I am a huge fan of the TV show, and if you haven't seen it, catch it. It is absolutely fantastic, and I love this piece from Art Figures. I think Art Figures can be sometimes a little hit and miss, but I think they absolutely nailed it here. The outfit, the screen accuracy, all on point. Once again, you've got metal accessories here, all the knives that he carries, and there are a boatload of knives and cleavers and stuff. He's just holding the one here, but they're metal as well. Had some issues around the bindings around the feet there, but they were relatively easily fixed. Outfit 100% screen accurate. Love those bones around the neck, and I think as well punching above their weight here with this head sculpt. I really think they've nailed it on. In actual fact, what I'm going to do here is just remove the handle from the camera so we can forgive any wobble while I take the handle off, so we can get as close in as possible. Hopefully the camera will focus here. I think Art Figures did a spectacular job on this head sculpt of Jason Momoa. So yeah, there you have it. That is the Art Figures Boba Voss against the HH model How You Toys Conan the Barbarian. Oh God, I've got to choose. Time is limited. Time is running out. Which one are you going to pick? I don't want to part with either. My Schwarzenegger shelf would be bereft without its Conan. But I love this Art Figures Boba Voss. I think it's fantastic. Oh God. Right, I've got to make a decision. I've got to make a decision. Oh, I don't want to. I really, really don't want to. I'm going to make a controversial decision here, and I'm going to go Boba Voss. And I know that's probably going to rub people's rhubarb, but it's a personal thing. I don't think I could live without a representation of this character. I think it's a superb show, an amazing character, and yes, it's the cheaper of the two figures. Yes, it's not seamless body, and there's not as much money being sunk into it. But I just love it too much. But I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose the Conan figure. But it's. Yeah, it's got to go. I'm sticking to my guns here. I'm going to say goodbye to the Conan figure. I think the thing that probably swayed it is that head sculpt. I could possibly find another Conan out there. He'll probably be re-released. I don't think another company will ever do another Boba Voss, and not as well as this, in my opinion. So yeah, there you have it. Oh God, that's horrible. That really is truly appalling having to pick between those two. But yeah, it's done. So it's goodbye, Arnie, yeah, let's painfully move on to the final bout of the evening. Okay, ladies and gents, it's the final bout of the evening, and it's the Battle of the Detectives, and I'm regretting this already. I know this is just going to be damn near impossible. Caustic plastic against caustic plastic, and you know my love affair with caustic plastic. In the red corner, on the right-hand side there, we have Agent Dale Cooper from the David Lynch TV show Twin Peaks. What can I say? An amazing TV show, absolutely one of my favourite TV shows of all time. Caustic plastic flexing again, beautiful tailoring, amazing accessories, a huge amount of accessories with this figure, including a magnetic Laura Palmer diorama base, the suit, beautifully made, beautifully tailored. Yeah, just a fantastic piece, really, really nice. If I had to level any complaint at this piece, I would say it's the paint job on that head sculpt. It's a little cartoony. It's not caustic plastic's finest hour. I think the sculpt is absolutely spot on. It's Kyle MacLachlan all over, but I think the paint applications there aren't the best I've ever seen from caustic plastic. But as a package, the whole thing is just amazing. Like I say, from the diorama base to the tailoring to the accessories, and I love this piece. I really do. I love this piece almost as much as I love the TV show itself. Yeah, I think it's something special. So yeah, that's the red corner. That's Agent Dale Cooper. So in the blue corner, who do we have? Well, it's none other than Inspector Clouseau himself, aka Peter Sellers, courtesy of Caustic Plastic. Once again, the same high level of tailoring here. The accessories, once again, absolutely spot on. You've got a separate outfit. You've got the gendarme's outfit that comes with this figure. It just captures this spirit of Clouseau and Peter Sellers absolutely perfectly. If I had to level any complaint about this figure, it would be the overcoat. The overcoat is simply too small. It should have been bigger. That's the only thing I can really think of on this figure that I would say needs improvement. It's too small, as you can see here. Check out the review on the channel. It's too tight. It's not long enough. It doesn't fasten properly, and yeah, a bit of a gaff there, unfortunately. But on the whole, an absolutely iconic figure and an iconic character. Some of the funniest films ever made, in my opinion. And yeah, so there you have it. That's Inspector Clouseau against Agent Dale Cooper. Who's it going to be? Oh God. I don't want to part with either of these. This is horrendous. Whoever thought this was a good idea? Dean, wherever you are, you're off my Christmas card list. Damn. Oh, this is so hard. I love both of these pieces. I don't want to give up either, but time is running out. The clock is ticking and there's a gun to my head, metaphorically speaking, obviously. I am going to have to go with I'm going to make a decision just because of the sheer iconic status of the character, and I think the head sculpts are far better painted. I'm going to go with Sellers. I'm going to go with the Clouseau. Yeah, there you have it. I could always replace that overcoat and get one made and get it to fit properly. I don't think I could part with him. I think it's some of Caustic Plastic's best work. I think it just puts an enormous smile on my face, the same way the character and the movie does. So yeah, it's goodbye Dale. Oh God, I don't want to part with you. Like I say, the only thing I can find wrong with this piece is the paint applications on that head sculpt could be better. I don't want to lose him, but when you've got to go, you've got to go. So yeah, there you have it. I've made the decision. I'm sticking with it. I am going to need hours of therapy to get over this. It's goodbye, Dale. Oh, damn, that hurts. So there you have it. That's the final bout of the evening, won by the French detective. Thank you for watching me do this to myself for your pleasure. What's coming up on the channel? We have loads more Don't Make Me Choose coming up on the channel, as well as a huge amount of reviews and previews and showcases of 1/6 and 1/4 scale stuff, statues, action figures. We've got stuff from Hot Toys, Caustic Plastic, In Art, Premiere Toys, Susu Toys. The list is endless. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you're not missing any of the good stuff that's coming up on the channel. And I suppose all it remains for me to say, from Agent Dale Cooper and Inspector Clouseau, take care of yourselves, happy collecting, and see you next time on the channel.